is CTV News.
Good evening and thank you for joining us. Windsor police are sharing disturbing details tonight about a violent robbery targeting a senior. Officials releasing video of a portion of the incident in hopes the public can help them identify the suspect. Take a close look.
Hello. Your name is Henry?
Yeah, is Happiness.
What's your employee number?
397.
And your password?
Happiness.
Good enough. Perfect.
Yeah. You can get the envelopes.
You can get 2 envelopes now?
Okay, great.
Okay, he takes it and he's on his way.
Okay, perfect. Good. That's great.
Police say on Thursday the suspect went to the home of an elderly person in the 10,000 block of Palms Crescent in the Forest Glade area, allegedly saying the senior's relative was in jail and needed bail money. The victim was convinced to give $8,500 in cash. Police say the man returned today demanding more money. And when the victim refused, officers say the suspect forced his way inside, assaulting the senior before running from the scene. He is described as a white man, around 18 to 25 years old, with a thin build and long brown hair. At the time, he was wearing a dark sweater over a white dress shirt and dark pants. Police say he might have been wearing a high school uniform. If you recognize the suspect, you are asked to contact the Windsor Police Major Crimes Unit or Crime Stoppers. And in light of this scam, police are looking to raise awareness on scams that can target seniors using fear and urgency, as in this one. If you get a phone call with an urgent request for bail money, hang up immediately. Verify with a trusted family member or contact police directly. And never send cash or give personal information to unknown callers. In other news, a Windsor man has pleaded guilty to conspiracy for his involvement in a 2018 murder. Michelle Molesky reports.
I'm feeling angry, anxious, pretty much just fired up all around.
Carolyn Crankshaw's son, Darian Moffat, was shot on September 8th, 2018.
He was my little firecracker. He was always trying to make people laugh. Just a jokester and singing and dancing around all the time.
Court learned today the 18-year-old died of a single gunshot wound to the head. 25-year-old Raul Wezo pleaded guilty Friday to conspiracy to commit an assault in connection with the shooting. He was charged with first-degree murder.
I didn't really understand that part of it, how it went from being a strong case to not a strong case, and now here we are.
Wezo admitted Friday to being at the Hall Avenue home and agreeing to stand guard at the front door to keep people out. He admitted in court he knew a kid was inside being assaulted for stealing. Wezo admitted he could hear the sound of thuds and the voice of a male crying, according to the assistant Crown attorneys. Wezo did not hear a gunshot.
I'm just really disheartened by the whole justice system. I feel like it's failed our family.
Court learned Friday the testimony of a witness and a former co-accused changed between 2018 and this past July. Justice Bruce Thomas said he was, quote, concerned about the various versions of events that would have been presented if the case had gone to trial.
It just feels like all this wait was for nothing. Really.
7 years after her son was killed, Carolyn Crankshaw will now have a chance to write a victim impact statement for Wezo's sentencing on October 8th. Michelle Molesky, CTV News.
A string of bold cargo heists in Windsor, Essex. 4 stolen tractor trailers in just over 4 months, hauling everything from whiskey to beef and now salsa and dip. Chris Campbell explains.
The latest case in a string of transport truck thefts in Windsor, Essex, this time Essex County. OPP are trying to track down a stolen trailer full of salsa and dip worth an estimated $35,000. Safety analyst Chris Lewis says thefts like this are happening all over the country.
Places like Windsor have probably more truck traffic because of the bridge, and therefore more trucks parked.
Investigators say the latest theft happened Saturday night in Tecumseh. A loaded truck and trailer were taken from Ellis Side Road. Just over an hour later, another tractor unit was stolen from North Talbot Road. Police believe the two thefts are linked as the second truck was later spotted towing the trailer.
There's not a lot you can do, really, other than put a tracker on your trailer, because the trailer is more apt to be kept and moved somewhere than the tractor portion.
The second tractor was recovered in Ajax 2 days later, but the salsa trailer and its entire load remain missing. OPP say a Jeep Rubicon may also have been involved. Lewis says some things are easier than others to get rid of.
You know, if you've got those kind of contacts and you're in the big leagues of crime, or places like weekend bazaars and, you know, and little stops on the side of the road that sell fruit and vegetables and all that sort of thing. So nothing is without theft and being sold. Some things are just way more profitable and easier to get rid of than salsa.
Earlier this year, similar tractor-trailer thefts in Windsor involved loads of Crown Royal whiskey and meat, also pointing to well-coordinated criminal networks.
Beef, liquor, things like that are a lot easier to sell. Food is not unusual, but not necessarily condiments like salsa. So they may not have had the intelligence as to what was in that truck that they thought they had, or they just took a chance.
The investigation continues, and OPP are urging anyone with information to contact them or Crime Stoppers anonymously. Chris Campbell, CTV News.
In Chatham, police are investigating after 3 children were hurt in a serious single vehicle crash. It happened just after noon on Thursday on Horton Line at Lagoon Road. Police say the vehicle was being driven by a 33-year-old Chatham woman. 3 children aged 5, 3, and just 4 months old were all hurt. Their injuries range from minor to serious. 2 kids were taken to a London hospital. The driver and the baby were taken to a Chatham-Kent hospital. All are listed in stable condition. Windsor police say EC Row in Banwell has been the site of multiple crashes lately. The area is currently under heavy construction. Police are now advising motorists to stay alert and exercise extra caution when driving through the construction zone. Please leave extra space for vehicles merging or changing lanes. Windsor police is currently maintaining a presence in the area in an effort to enhance safety. And a reminder, all westbound lanes of EC Row from Manning Road to Banwell will be closed for water main installation starting this hour. The closure started at 8 p.m. tonight and will not reopen until Sunday at 6 p.m. Over 1,100 students and job seekers are getting a behind-the-scenes look at Windsor Essex's largest industry today as part of the 11th annual Manufacturing Day.
I just wanted to see how it was because I haven't done it in a while, so it's kind of awkward, but I did better than I expected.
There's 17-year-old Christina Gaughan from Assumption High trying her hand at welding inside Anchor Danley this morning. Organized by Workforce Windsor Essex and other partners, the event connects hundreds of young people with 21 local manufacturers, offering the chance to explore career paths in modern manufacturing.
It's important because they are our future generations and they have a chance to look at skilled trades and see the valuable contributions they can make. So we have a lot of different things we work on. We do die sets, steel plates, we support nuclear, we support automotive, oil and gas, defense. So it's a lot of different industries that we support with making the steel.
This weekend marks 7 years since construction began on the Gordie Howe International Bridge. To mark the milestone, new flyover footage and a photo gallery of the bridge have been released. Images show line painting on the bridge deck and the installation of fencing along the edges as the structure moves closer to completion. One of the standout features currently being tested is the bridge aesthetic lighting. The design includes 5,000 white LED lights lining the edges of the bridge deck, the piers, the stay cables, and the towers. Despite the progress, there is still no confirmed date for when the bridge will officially open. For the latest images and flyover video, visit our website, ctvnewswindsor.ca. As temperatures begin to drop, a local program is stepping up to keep Windsor residents warm this winter. Goodwill's annual winter coat giveaway is back. Today was the first day, but the doors will reopen tomorrow between 9 a.m. and 4 at the McDougall Street Goodwill Community Store. They will be distributing free winter coats, hats, and mitts. Last year, the program gave out over 4,000 coats and accessories to Windsorites. Donations of gently used coats and winter gear are also still welcomed at all Goodwill locations. So when will we see temperatures begin to drop? CTV meteorologist Gary Archibald has your full details coming up in 2 minutes' time. And disgraced music mogul Sean Diddy Combs will remain behind bars. For how long? That's still ahead.
5K a day is back on 93.9
Virgin Radio.
Listen to Hannah and Johnny in the morning for your chance to win $5,000
Every weekday.
5K a day.
Virgin Radio.
Gary, it is going to be a gorgeous weekend.
It is. Makes me think about retirement more and more, to take advantage of gorgeous days like today. A Friday, if I was retired, I'd be on the lakes, no doubt. And a lot of you were there, I'm sure. Boaters were enjoying 29 degrees Celsius today, 10 degrees above seasonal. Mixture of sun and cloud, and mostly sunny. And it will continue into the weekend. Clear for the most part as we head into early Saturday morning. And temperatures through the overnight getting down to 13, 14 degrees Celsius. Normally it would be closer to 8 or 9. Much of southern Ontario is going to be beautiful for viewing those fall colors. Can't really complain about the forecast. There's your 13 across the board. Some areas will be slightly below that mark. Some will be slightly warmer. A light breeze as well has kept things comfortable during the day through the overnight. 13 degrees is cool-ish, but still above seasonal for this time of the year. And then by 8 a.m. tomorrow morning, we are sunny up to 16. Expect a wind out of the southwest. That's your southerly warm air, and that's why temperatures remain above seasonal. We're up to 25 already, feeling like 30 during the lunch hour. At noon, wow, the breeziness continues. And by the way, the records didn't fall, but we were close, within about 1 to 2 degrees Celsius for daytime highs today. And speaking of near record temperatures, could we reach 30 or 31 in extreme southwestern Ontario? If we do, we would tie or surpass. 29 feels like 33. A southeasterly wind sustained in the late afternoon of about 20 to 25 K, so it'll be breezy. A good kite flying day. Haven't seen kites. Do kids fly kites anymore? Take advantage of the sunshine and the hospitable conditions with that breeziness. Sunny and warm through Sunday, 29. 29 or 28, I think will be between that mark temperature-wise on Monday. And then Tuesday, Wednesday, we'll see those temperatures dropping off. 24 fall by 17. Tuesday's a cloudy day for the most part, and about a 40% chance of showers. And speaking of cool temperatures, the overnight lows will be in the single digits Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday of next week. Something to gear up for. Can't say you weren't warned. Fall and cooler conditions will certainly make their mark next week.
A new report says the second quarter of the year brought a sharp rise in credit card fraud. Equifax Canada says the rate of credit card fraud jumped to 0.75%. Again, that's in the second quarter, compared with 0.44% a year earlier. The Consumer Credit Reporting Agency says the spike came despite application fraud rates across Canada falling to their lowest point since 2022. Now, there's a popular myth the color of your car can affect your insurance premiums, which of course is not true. But where you live will affect how much you pay. Pat Foran speaks with an insurance expert about 5 popular myths to separate fact from fiction.
There are about 26 million vehicles on the road in Canada, and it's mandatory to have car insurance. But not all policies are the same, and there can be differences in what's covered and what isn't. The first myth, comprehensive coverage is the same as full coverage. That's false.
It will provide coverage for perils like fire, theft, vandalism, if someone's trying to break into your car, causes damage, that type of thing.
Stephen Harris with lowestrates.ca says collision insurance covers you for accidents with other vehicles, collisions with objects, or hit-and-run crashes. Having both collision and comprehensive is generally considered full coverage. Myth number 2, a personal policy covers rideshare driving. That's false. Most personal policies exclude commercial use, such as ride sharing and food delivery. If you're going to do that, you'll need additional coverage.
But you don't want to shortcut that. You want to be transparent, so at the time of claim, there's no surprises, because it could be a very costly mistake.
If I have 2 at-fault claims, my insurance can go up substantially. That's not a myth. It's true.
If you have 2 at-fault accidents, generally in a period of about within 6 years, you would move into what's called a non-standard insurance market for auto insurance. And yes, your premiums do go up quite a bit.
If I lend my car to a friend and they crash, their insurance pays. That's false. It's a myth.
If you lend your car, you lend your insurance. So if that person is driving the vehicle and is in an at-fault accident, it generally will follow the registered owner of the vehicle. So do be mindful about who you lend your vehicle to.
Older cars only need liability coverage. In this current market, that's false.
Definitely don't assume I have a 10-year-old, 12-year-old vehicle. It's not worth a lot anymore, because it really has changed in the past few years.
A 10-year-old car these days could still be worth $15,000, so you'll want to go over your coverage with your insurance company to see if keeping full coverage on an older vehicle might make sense. Pat Foran, CTV News.
Canada's main stock index was up in a broad-based rally to end the week. In Toronto, the TSX gained 311 points. In New York, the Dow added 239. The Nasdaq fell 64. The Canadian dollar's up 0.05 of a cent. On commodity markets, gold gained $40 an ounce and oil added 40 cents a barrel.
Would you text your ex for $10,000? 89X is back. Listen for the keywords and text your ex. It's never been more rewarding to get back with your ex. Only on Windsor's Alternative, 89X.
There's been a big development on the war in Gaza. Following an ultimatum issued earlier in the day by U.S. President Donald Trump, Hamas has issued a response to a proposed Gaza peace plan. CTV's Judy Trin reports.
Reuters is reporting that Hamas is accepting the peace deal put forward by U.S. President Donald Trump. This after he issued an ultimatum earlier today. On social media, Donald Trump wrote that an agreement must be reached by Sunday evening at 6 p.m. Washington time. This is the last chance agreement, Trump wrote, and all hell like no one has seen before will break out against Hamas. This peace proposal was first unveiled on Monday by Trump after he met with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. The 20-point peace plan calls for Hamas to release all 48 hostages, 20 of whom are believed to still be alive. Hamas members must agree to decommission their weapons and commit to peaceful coexistence. In exchange, Israel would also release nearly 2,000 Palestinian prisoners and gradually withdraw from Gaza, while a stabilization force led by Arab nations would eventually take over security in the territory. Now, this is happening after several countries, traditional allies of the U.S. and Israel, such as France, Britain, Australia, and Canada, recently recognized the state of Palestine last week at the United Nations General Assembly. Now, the war in Gaza is nearing 2 years. It would have reached its 2-year anniversary on October 7th. Palestinian officials say that more than 60,000 people have died and nearly 2 million people are at risk of starvation. Judy Trin, CTV News, Ottawa.
Meantime, the Prime Minister is gearing up for another trip to Washington next week to meet the President to try and find a way past the trade and tariff impasse. Abigail Beeman reports.
Why don't you just join our country? You become 51, become the 51st state.
It will be Mark Carney's second White House visit since becoming Prime Minister in a deja vu era of 51st state remarks.
As long as this continued reference to the 51st state remains foremost in the President's mind, this is not an atmosphere that is going to make these type of negotiations easy, and it's something that absolutely enrages Canadians.
The Prime Minister has been tight-lipped lately about any progress with the President, his office not always saying when they've spoken.
Have you talked to Donald Trump recently? Yes. What'd he say?
But next week's visit will aim to keep trying to get a deal on punishing American tariffs, as both countries also launch consultations for the upcoming review of CUSMA. One source tells CTV News Canada is expecting progress on steel and aluminum tariffs, but not autos. In a rare public update, the top minister on the Canada-U.S. file told a Senate committee this week he's hopeful there can be a separate deal ahead of CUSMA.
I'm hoping we can get progress before the review process formally engages, but time will tell us if my optimism is misplaced.
The embassy is abuzz, Canadian embassy is abuzz with visits and people reaching out and meetings. But maybe I think Mark Carney knows that sometimes the principal has to get into the room to close the deal. And I'm hoping that Mark Carney's trip to Washington to meet with President Trump will be about a deal and not just more conversation.
In addition to LeBlanc, the foreign affairs and industry ministers will be joining the Prime Minister on his trip to D.C. Abigail Beeman, CTV News, Ottawa.
Discussion here at Windsor City Hall.
Windsor's top stories.
A major project is about to get underway.
Breaking news alerts.
Severe weather is a possibility.
And watch live.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us.
Download the CTV News app.
Disgraced music mogul Sean Diddy Combs has been sentenced to 4 years and 2 months in prison in a New York courtroom. Combs has been convicted of 2 counts of transportation to engage in prostitution. Earlier, he was emotional while addressing the court to plead his case. He said his actions previously was sick and that he was on drugs and out of control. The rapper also begged for mercy and apologized to his victims. Combs also has to pay a $500,000 fine, but will get credit for time served. Meantime, Taylor Swift's tortured poets era has come to an end, and now she's officially a showgirl, and it took less than a full day to smash records. That's the taste of The Fate of Ophelia, the first track off Swift's new album, The Life of a Showgirl. The new music dropped at midnight, and 11 hours later, it had broken the record for most single-day streams on Spotify this year. Along with the album, there's also a film. The official release party of A Showgirl is now playing in Windsor theaters. It includes the world premiere of the music video for the lead single, The Fate of Ophelia, along with behind-the-scenes footage, lyric videos, and never-before-seen personal reflections. The first showing was at 3 p.m. today, and fans came out dressed for the occasion.
I'm looking to lose my voice by tomorrow and to have a lot of fun.
This is like the closest thing I get to a concert, and I really love Taylor Swift.
Just bring all the Swifties together and just having a fun time.
And what do you like most about Taylor Swift?
She's very kind to all her fans, and she has attitude. Her songs and her attitude.
Gary, this is another great weekend for families to get out and about.
I think families will enjoy Saturday, Sunday. If you have Monday off, take advantage because temperatures are still warm. I say summer-like because these temperatures statistically significant in that they are well above the mean or average for this time of the year. 29, followed by 29, followed by 28. It's not June 25th. Or July 13th. We see similar temperatures between those dates. And look at this, humidex on Saturday, 33, could feel like 35 on Sunday, and then cooling off towards Tuesday, Wednesday. Yes, note the single digits for the lows, down to 4. Wow. I don't know. Some people might be shocked out of their systems, so to speak, once that rolls around. Don't say I didn't tell you. Have yourselves a good night. Enjoy your weather. While it lasts, of course.
It's a catchy tune that will be sung right across the country this weekend. OK Blue Jays will be ringing the players' ears tomorrow when they take on the New York Yankees in the first series of the finals. CTV's John Rao caught up with the song's writer for more on the story behind it all.
It's a staple of the seventh-inning stretch whenever the Blue Jays play at home. A song that's been around for more than 40 years.
You got a diamond, you got 9 men.
And one musician, Jack Lenz, helped to compose in a single afternoon back in 1982.
And that's not all, yeah, it was an afternoon, a couple hours.
Back then, Lenz and songwriting partner Tony Kosnick were asked to come up with a commercial to help market the Blue Jays to people who may not be baseball fans, which included Lenz and Kosnick, who'd never been to a big league game.
Neither of us were qualified to write that song.
Lenz says then Blue Jays executive Paul Beeston met with him and told the pair, when writing the song, to take into consideration the team was just 5 years old.
He didn't want to promise too much, so we could say they were okay. That was exact words. But fortunately, okay rhymed with Blue Jays, right?
They figured the song they came up with would last about a year, but it was released as a record that eventually went gold, selling more than 50,000 copies.
This is original.
This goes back to 1982.
Yeah.
Lenz showing us the sheet music that's now a piece of Blue Jays history.
You got the bleachers. You got them from spring till fall.
A song that featured the voice of musician Keith Hampshire.
A little OK Blue Jays.
Who says almost no one knows it's him singing the lyrics.
I go to the ball games now with my grandson, and when he was little, he used to look at me and go, "Is that you, Papa?" I go, "Yeah, that's me, son."
Hampshire is a big Jays fan and pleased the song lives on.
Okay.
And like Lenz, hoping the team is more than just okay in the playoffs.
Let's.
John Rao, CTV News.
Crack.
Toronto.
Here's hoping. Okay, that's your news for tonight. Enjoy your weekend.